Hello students, today I'll explain you chapter 5th of Vista's supplementary book, and the name of the chapter is Should Wizard Hit Mommy, written by John Updike. John Updike was an American author, a novelist, poet and short story writer who had always written about the lives of average American people. In this story, there are 5 main characters. Jack, who is the father of a 4-year-old girl. Joanne, who is shortly called Jo in the story. She is the daughter of Jack. Claire, who is Jo's mother. Roger Skunk is a character in Jack's stories. Whatever stories he tells, the main character is Roger. It can be Roger Skunk, it can be anything like Roger Squirrel, Roger Fish. So, Roger Skunk in this particular story is a main character. Mommy is Roger Skunk's mother. Now, this story is basically about the morals, how the parents teach moral values to their children through stories. This story talks about good parenting. It carries the theme of good parenting. In this story, Joanne is a young girl. She is very young. She is only 4 years old and she doesn't understand the truth of life. She doesn't know, she doesn't try to understand that how a person should maintain his identity or personality. She is not able to accept the reality of society and she wants that a person should live the way he or she wants. But her father tries to teach her that a person must maintain his identity and he should be accepted by the society in the way he is. In the evenings and for Saturday naps, like today's, Jack told his daughter, Jo, a story out of his head. This custom began when she was 2, was itself now nearly 2-year-old, and his head felt empty. Each new story was a slight variation of a basic tale. A small creature, usually named Roger, Roger Fish, Roger Squirrel, Roger Chipmunk, had some problem and went it to the wise old owl. The owl told him to go to the wizard, and the wizard performed a magic spell that solved the problem, demanding in payment a number of pennies greater than the number that Roger creature had, but in the same breath directing the animal to a place where the extra pennies could be found. So, in the story, it is told that in the evenings and normally on Saturdays, when Jo had to go for naps, at that time Jack, Jo's father, used to tell her a story which he used to build on his own. And the story, he started telling this story, he started this custom of telling stories to his daughter when she was 2 years old, and it was nearly 2 years when she had been telling her the stories. In his stories, every time the main character was Roger. It could be any animal like Roger Fish, Roger Squirrel or Roger Chipmunk, any animal, but started his name with Roger. So usually in his stories, Roger, the main character, had some problem and it had to go to the wise old owl to solve his problem, and the wise old owl sent him to the wizard, and wizard solved the problem of Roger by performing a magic spell, and in return he demanded him pennies more than what Roger had. And to get the pennies, he only used to tell him the place from where he can found the pennies. Then Roger was so happy. He played many games with other creatures and went home to his mother just in time to hear the train whistle that brought his daddy home from Boston. On getting his problem solved, usually, in the end of the story, Roger became very happy and played with his friends, and after that, when it was time that his father came back from Boston, he used to go back to his home to his mommy. Jack described their supper and the story was over. Working his way through this scheme was especially fatiguing on Saturday because Joe never fell asleep in naps anymore, and knowing this made the ride seem futile. And now, Jack used to describe everything to Joe, including the supper Roger used to take with his parents, and then the story used to get over. But this scheme of telling stories to his daughter was now becoming useless because Joe had grown up to a 4 years old girl, and it was really hard. It was really very tiring. Fatiguing means tiring to tell stories to Joe on Saturdays because now she was not so young to sleep in naps. And whenever he told her the story now, she did not sleep anymore. The little girl, not so little anymore, the bumps her feet made under the covers were halfway down the bed. Their big double bed that they let her be in for naps and when she was sick, had at last arranged herself, and from the way her fat face deep in the pillow shone in the sunlight sifting through the dawn shades, it did not seem fantastic that some magic would occur and she would take her nap like an infant of 2. Her brother Bobby was 2 and already asleep with his bottle. Jack asked, "Who shall the story be about today?" So now it was very difficult for Jack to make his daughter sleep because now she was a grown up girl of 4 and she usually did not sleep when her father told her the story. So she used to keep on listening to the story, although her brother, who was 2 years old, Bobby, he used to sleep already before the story started and he used to sleep with his bottle. Her brother, Bobby, was 2 years younger to her. Roger. Joe squeezed her eyes shut and smiled to be thinking she was thinking. Her eyes opened her mother's blue. "Skunk," she said firmly. So when Jack asked that what kind of a story she wanted that day, then she replied that it should be a Roger Skunk's story. A new animal. They must talk about skunks at nursery school. Having a fresh hero momentarily stirred Jack to creative enthusiasm. And now, when the girl had chosen the character that was Roger Skunk that day, for a moment Jack thought of it, and then all of a sudden he very creatively started thinking of the story. "All right," he said. "Once upon a time in the deep dark woods there was a tiny little creature by the name of Roger Skunk, and he smelled very bad." "Yes," Joe said. And now he started telling the story of Roger Skunk who had a very bad smell. He smelled so bad that none of the other little woodland creatures would play with him. Joe looked at him solemnly. She hadn't foreseen this. Whenever he would go out to play, Jack continued with zest, remembering certain humiliations of his own childhood. All of the other tiny animals would cry, oh, here comes Roger's stinky skunk," and they would run away, and Roger's skunk would stand there all alone, and 2 little round tears would fall from his eyes. So now, when he starts continuing the story, he was telling that All the other creatures of that land used to run away from Roger because he used to give a very bad smell from his body. They teased him by calling him Stinky Skunk because he used to give a bad smell, so they called him Stinky Skunk. And because of this, Roger felt very bad. Whenever he went to play with his friends, they all used to go away because of his smell. And that was the reason why Roger did not have any friends. Now, after telling this thing, Jack wants to see some reaction on the face of his daughter. He was telling her something true, something she must know, and had no wish to hurry on. But downstairs a chair scraped, and he realized he must get down to help Claire paint the living room woodwork. So he was very happy to see expressions on her face, and he was telling something very important. He wanted that the little girl, his daughter, should listen to him very carefully, because through his stories only he was teaching her moral values, and that's why he was not in a hurry to complete the story. Although downstairs his wife Claire was painting the living room woodwork, although she was pregnant, and he wanted to join her painting the woodwork, but still he continued telling the story to his daughter. Well, he walked along very sadly and came to a very big tree, and in the tip top of the tree was an enormous wise old owl. Good, Mr. Owl, Roger Skunk said. All the other little animals run away from me because I smell so bad. So you do, the owl said. Very, very bad. What can I do? Roger Skunk said, and he cried very hard. So how Jack continued the story? He told that when Roger became very sad, he went to a big tree, and on the top of the tree, the old owl was sitting. And he told the old owl his problem, that because he smelt very bad, all his friends used to run away from him. The old owl agreed that yes, you smell very, very bad, and he wanted a solution to his problem, and with this he started to cry. The wizard, Joe shouted and sat right up, and a little golden book spilled from the bed. Now Joe became so excited that she sat on a bed and she shouted that Roger should go to the wizard. Now Joe, Daddy's telling the story. Do you want to tell Daddy the story? Upon being interrupted by the girl, Jack showed a little anger that, do you want your father to tell the story, or do you want to listen to my story? No, you me. So the girl said that, no father, you continue. Then lie down and be sleepy. Actually, Jack's intention was the girl should sleep while listening the story. Her head relapsed onto the pillow and she said, out of your head. Well, the owl thought and thought. At last he said, why don't you go see the wizard? Daddy, what? Are magic spells real? This was a new phase just this last month, a reality phase. When he told her spiders eat bugs, she turned to her mother and asked, do they really? And when Claire told her God was in the sky and all around them, she turned to her father and insisted with a sly yet eager smile, is he really? Now, in this paragraph, we see that the little girl is now growing up. And it was only the last month when she started asking number of questions. She wanted to know the reality of whatever her parents told her. They are real in stories, Jack answered curtly. She had made him miss a beat in the narrative. And now when the girl was asking questions again and again, Jack was getting interrupted, and he was afraid that he would miss something in the story, so he replied rudely that they are real in the stories. The owl said, Go through the dark woods under the apple trees into the swamp over the creek. What's a creek? And now the owl advised Roger to go to the woods under the apple trees and cross the creek. A little river over the creek, and there will be the wizard's house. So creek was a small river which he had to cross, across which the wizard's house would be there. And that's the way Roger Skunk went, and pretty soon he came to a little white house, and he rapped on the door. Jack rapped on the window sill, and under the covers Joe's tall figure clenched in an infantile thrill. So while he was telling the story, he told that when he reached the wizard's house, he rapped on the door, and at the same time, Jack also rapped on the windowsill, and Joe became very happy and she started behaving like an infant. And then a tiny little old man came out with a long white beard and a pointed blue hat and said, "Oh, what's this? What you want? You smell awful." The wizard's voice was one of Jack's own favorite effects. He did it by scrunching up his face and somehow winning through his eyes, which felt for the interval roomy. He felt being an old man suited him. So he continued with his story and told Joe that when he reached over there, he saw that a tiny little old man came out of the house and asked Roger what he wanted. And he said that you are giving a very bad smell. When he was telling about the magic spell, the magic, now speaking in Wizard's voice was his favorite time in the story because he liked it and he did it by changing his face and bringing out a winning sound from his mouth.